Okay, we're putting in a new glass. You can see that this one here is nice and clean. Look, you can tell it's new.
You can tell there's no window in there.
Some dummy broke it trying to put it back in the basement. So, this is a wood frame. Here. All windows are the same. You know, one side is solid. You wouldn't take out. This side is a solid frame. You can see here, solid frame. And then the other sides are just puttied up. This is just putty. So this would be the side that you take out. So I already took the glass out. The glass was broke. That's a real chore because you don't want to get glass all over the place. So then, you know, I cleaned it up with a putty knife, and I went ahead and put a quick coat of paint on it. It's an old house, old window. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put the glass in now. You can take your measurements from here to here, here to here, and then go to the hardware store and they'll cut it for you. Okay, this one just happened to be 10 by 16, and he had to cut a few inches off both sides. It was like $4.50 for a piece of glass. It took him like 1 minute to cut it. Okay. This is the glass. You can see they wrap it up in a piece of paper. Check it before you leave the store. Make sure it's not cracked. You know, after you walk around the store for an hour with a piece of glass in the cart, you want to make sure it's not broke. Okay, so okay, it's all cleaned up, ready to go. Here, that's fine, Mom. Here.
This is all bumpy, that glass ain't gonna go in there.
So there's the glass. Uh-oh. Okay, so we got to get the wood, well, it should fit. Just kind of pound on it with a screwdriver.
No.
Okay, I'll go get some sandpaper. And
we'll just scrape the edge out of the paint.
Yeah.
So it'll fit in there.
Okay. Okay, there's just some stuff along here. I think it was probably just built up paint from where I painted it. I don't think you're supposed to paint it, but I just went ahead and put a quick coat on it. That might be the leftover caulk too. That might be a leftover. Okay, try it now. There's just like one big clump of paint right there. It was getting stuck on, I think. Okay, we got it.
Okay, dropped right in there.
Okay, so next you use these little window wedges. See, they're just little pieces. You pound these in. You only need a couple to hold the glass. Those are going to be tough to get in there without breaking the glass. I wonder what the trick is, huh? Have fun. See, I'll always let the woman of the house do it, so if she breaks it, then she can't complain. You'll hear it for 6 months. You broke the glass. I wouldn't press down. So, usually I don't even bother with these. I just caulk it up.
Wasn't there any in here?
Yeah. Real small ones. You don't have to bother with these. Sometimes I just caulk it up. Or like if you got some real small nails, just put one small nail bottom, one small nail at the top, and then caulk over it. You can't see the nails. I think 2 is good enough, Ma. 2 is good enough. That caulk gets pretty hard. I just use regular house caulk. And there's special window putty that you can buy. It's cheap. It comes in a little tub about this big. It's like $1. But the window putty I had had dried up. I threw it out a couple years ago and just never bothered to get more. You lost it?
It's stuck in the crack.
Wouldn't surprise me if they have a special tool to stick these things in.
They probably do for somebody who does a lot of windows.
Yeah.
So I said if I knew where the original one was, I could put it in the same spot.
I think the original ones were like 1/4 of that size. They were really small.
Yeah, because you can't get them in there so they're out of sight.
Yeah. That doesn't seem to be going in at all.
No, it's not
Just-
going anywhere.
Here.
I don't know if the screwdriver would have worked better. I can't remember what I put them in with. That wood's really hard too.
Yeah.
Probably ancient, and it's hard as a rock.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's why it's easier just to use nails. Just put a couple small nails in it. Especially if it's an old house, it's fine. So I think that's good. Oh, you got one stuck in here, huh? Maybe make the hole with the putty knife first. Yeah, see, make the hole with the putty knife and then stick it in the hole.
Or even anything sharp, like a paring knife or something, make a little dent.
Yeah, that works good. Okay, 3's good. Good enough. You can see how often we use them. These are from like 100 years ago. They've been hanging around the basement. Okay, then you know if you don't have window putty, it's fine. Just use plain old caulk. That's the end of that roll. Two. This is good enough. It's a lot cheaper. Well, you know, I don't know if it's cheaper because a tube of this is like $3 now. And then smooth it out the best you can, you know, with the putty knife. Or you can even use just a plain old butter knife if that's all you got. So. Or even your finger, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be perfect. Windows are going to be dirty. You won't be able to see all the messy stuff anyways. What's so funny?
It's a basement window. Nobody's
Yeah.
going to look at it.
Yeah. You don't want the criminals looking in anyways. So. Plexiglass, if you wanted to replace it with plexiglass, you know, a piece of plexiglass that size probably cost you $20. So that would definitely be a good way to go, especially if you've got kids and they're throwing baseballs around, stuff like that.
Or do like I did. I had a little screen and then I bought some of the bigger screen squares and I put that around on. Put a window screen in there so they couldn't break the windows.
Yeah, she made a frame out of 1x2s, pieces of board, and then tacked on a piece of heavy-duty screen. And then screw them onto the windows frame, and then people can't break in because they'll break into your basement windows. That's the most they'll break into your basement windows. That's the most vulnerable. That's
the easiest way to get in your basement.
That's the easiest way to get in the house. Yeah. Especially if it's far side of the house, no one can see.
Depending on what's on the inside of that window, they might not want to try to get in.
Pile a bunch of stuff in front of the window, then if they break in, it's going to be noisy.
Or like Jimmy did, he built shelves in front of it and you can't.
Yeah, you can't get in.
You can't get in anyway.
The only problem is if there's a fire, you can't get out either. So.
Well, you might have it rigged so you can unhook it and get out.
Yeah. Always keep messing with it so you mess it up. You know? End up breaking the glass. That's always a good thing. Okay. Good enough. See ya. Bye.